Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey!
All week long.
All rise. Order in the court. That is, it seems to be always closed, but has the nicest trash bags of any court I've ever seen.
It is always nice, very vacuumed. You can tell they've dusted plenty through this area as well. Very nicely done. Either that or they just put up a still picture and we look at the same picture every time we come here.
No,
One to two.
because if you look right where the glass is,
For
next
the
to door,
execution room, yes.
you'll see people walk by.
Okay.
Quite often, actually. Wow, double F with 10 months and Billy Buzz Smith with, or 18 months and Billy Buzz Smith with 10 months. You guys, lots of anniversaries.
Tons of anniversaries happening today. Something that's not happening later on today, there will not be with Peace and Love, We Got a Chase channel members only. Simply because YouTube said, hey, you're just putting up videos. Hey, you're not doing any commentary or reactions. Hey,
just like they did on the main channel not long ago. And the reasoning why we even have members on We Got a Chase channel because of that.
So again, now it's this channel's turn to give the old ringer. So we'll deal with it. We'll get through it together. Kumbaya, holding hands.
Speaking of which, at Carol's house for dinner tonight. So everybody get ready. We're making the trek.
Well, it better be good. That's all I got to say.
All right. So we're not actually starting here. We're going to start over with Judge Simpson, you said, right?
Yeah, Judge Simpson had a pretty interesting case, which I have to think Rot.
Yes.
Which is Rust. Was it Rusty Old Men? No, Rusty Old Taint. What is it, Green? How's it go again? Old Timers. That's right. Knew I'd figure it out eventually. Sent that over to me and said, hey, you need to check this out. So I went over, I ran it back, got it recorded for us. It's split into two parts, so we'll have a little bit of intermission in between the two. But just to set it up, because there's like 18 minutes of setting this up because it's being done by college students who are law students, and the lawyer is there with them, kind of guiding them. So they're doing a little bit of extra this, that, and the other. But what it boils down to is this man has rented a home to this lady, her wife, this lady, her children, husband for quite a while, a couple of years, because they start talking dates and stuff.
Oh, God.
And it was paid for by Sarah, however you want to say it, which is a government subsidy. But then he decided not to have either the house, if you're doing that, they have to come and inspect the house and things like that. Well, for some reason that didn't happen, I'm guessing. And so she lost that ability to use that monies. So she'd been paying him $1,000 a month to stay there. Well, we start to find out that there's some inconsistencies where he says, you owe me money still. You owe me like 2-3 months rent. And it's just a really interesting guy. There'll be some being quiet here and there with the judge, but it's got a good place. We're going to a good place. So
and this happened earlier today.
About an hour and a half ago, probably.
Real quick. Well, hope you enjoy it over here, too. We enjoy court just about as much as Chase's, it seems. It's being so annoying.
Very good. Very good crowd. You'll see a lot of familiar faces and names like that one.
Lamo Red, thank you. A lot of anniversaries happening. There's one, my God.
18 months. That's, if you see somebody with 18 months, that means they have been with us from day one of memberships. So that's letting you know moving forward.
I wouldn't even take it. I hate that place.
I don't know what I would have.
I don't either.
Chicken and dumplings, maybe.
You'll have empty, you have big white plates with tiny little pieces of food on it.
You think they make the plates smaller, huh? By now, just smaller plates.
Been a while since we've seen old Honorable J. Cedric Simpson.
And he's wearing like his
Do you have
colonel shirt.
records, Mr. Johnson, prior to 2022 that would indicate? Do you have a ledger of what's been paid on this?
He's got papers in front of him, that's for sure.
On
That he
the-
brought in a Walmart bag or
on this
some
property.
It's a brown plastic bag he brought him in.
Do you have a ledger other than this document that the court received January 19th showing payments made on the account?
Ulysses, my man.
I don't know what you're holding up. Are you holding up the document you gave to the court?
Hello, Jim.
Jim's here, everybody.
Okay. All right. Prior to, and that document starts February 2022.
Yes.
Prior to that time, is there a ledger or anything showing an accounting or showing what this account was?
Yes, the Heath ledger. Oh,
Okay, where
Tina,
is that?
have a seat.
I don't have that with me.
It's starting to steam, you can tell already.
Yeah, look at the smile on his face.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, Incredible judge, by the way.
My God,
Amazing.
today is the day of anniversaries. Huh?
Okay, so you,
Thank you, guys.
and I guess counsel,
Guys are
your
awesome.
client admitting that she hasn't paid any rent for March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
Oh, God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
He also upped the rent, by the way, from $1,000 to like $1,800.
Oh,
Something
really?
ridiculous. Yeah.
I
Outside
almost
of
wouldn't
what you
pay
may
them too. F
claim
you,
to be deficiencies in the property, and we'll get to that in a moment.
greedy bastard.
She's claiming she isn't paying because she needs stuff fixed
Is
around
it
there.
your belief that part of
Thank you.
those Sarah funds would have covered that, a portion of that period?
A portion of that period, yes.
Look at them young whippersnappers.
So
went
if
behind the
that
ear.
were the case, why would
See, the wheels are turning. He's
why
always
would
saying
she
something's not
make
making
a
sense.
payment
Mm-hmm.
to him in January and February?
Yeah.
The same reason I have, for instance, cut Calvin off because he didn't do the repairs. They stopped paying. So our agreement was, I keep, as long as I get him $1,000 a month. We were buying the house from. That was because Hud Bash, all we were supposed to pay of the rent was $357. But because Calvin wouldn't do the repairs, Hud Bash completely stopped paying. And he just made me keep.
When did they stop paying?
They stopped
Cole,
paying
thank you.
2019. And
Okay.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Fine.
Your Honor,
Thank you, Cole.
if I may, I don't know.
Okay, I know she was talking kind of low, so let me run through what she just said.
Can I see if I got it right?
Go ahead.
That Sarah pays for like a portion of the rent, not all of it. And she thought that she only had to pay like X amount along with the funds, I believe. Am I?
Well, see,
Even
Sarah
close?
was paying for the entire thing, the whole 1,000.
Okay.
And because he wouldn't make repairs on the place,
Thank you again, Cole.
they stopped paying. So with him not getting the repairs done, they won't give the money. So he says, hey, in January and February, I need this money.
Hold on.
Oh, very good. Those are her children, very well behaved. But what's not making sense is Judge is reading something on the paper saying that they paid him in January. So that's why he said, why would she pay?
It's funny that we've seen so much of Simpson, that we know we can kind of grasp and kind of get an idea just by the way that things are working here, that you're right about the wheels turning and that he's kind of setting up for something. I like this.
Yeah, he's he's giving him a little rope.
So that I think he said he received the funds from Sarah in 2022. So if they initiated that
That's
process,
not what he said.
no,
No, that's not what he said.
He told you 21, that's why I let you know it was a lease going down there, because with Sarah, we had to have a lease.
That's partially what I'm getting at, folks. I really do understand a whole lot more than I look like I understand.
Oh, I know you know.
But I'm trying to figure out why if Sarah paid, why were you paying the $1,000?
$1,000 supposed to go towards the money for us buying a house. So every $1,000 payment I give him, how he wrote up with the land contract.
Rent
for
to
us to
own,
buy
Creed.
it.
Rent to own.
If he takes the money and he didn't do none of the repairs.
I didn't ask about the repairs. I asked why you were paying the $1,000.
So it's deducted off the cost of the house, us buying. the house.
Okay, all right, thank you. So, Mr. Johnson, going back into 2021, was she paying you $1,000?
No, they was late then.
I didn't ask if they were late. Were they paying you $1,000 per month?
Supposed to be. But that's when the money came from the people that they gave me the money from 2021.
Mhm.
So in 2021, you received a payment from Sarah.
Catch 'em
Sarah
up.
pays him directly, by the way.
Portion of 2021.
And keep in mind, Sarah is
Just a portion
a
of 2021?
to
Mhm.
help out.
Okay,
not the brand.
then was she giving you a payment from whatever that portion that Sarah didn't catch up? I'll put it this way. Was she paying you $1,000?
No.
No.
Okay, then I'm a bit unclear. If she
Yeah,
wasn't
he's
paying,
not winning
hold
this
on,
ever.
she wasn't paying you $1,000. So you're claiming that it was early part of 2021.
yes.
Pretty much.
That's just by way of example. If I go back to January 2021, if as customary with the Sarah program, they would pay 3 months in advance. Okay, that would get her to April, let's say, or pay her through March even. Then did she for 2021 pay you $1,000 per month?
I don't know exactly when she didn't pay me.
No.
No.
Listen closely to my question. And I'm going based upon the facts you're giving me.
Love this.
If in January, early part of 2022 or 2021, they give you a large check, right? Okay, now you're saying that that had to make up previous balances, and that's fine. But HUD would customarily then pay, or not HUD, but Sarah would customarily pay
Paul.
going forward. So if they paid 3 months going forward, just follow my dates here, they would be somewhere around the end of March. So that then her obligation would have to continue, whatever her payments are, would have to continue from April.
Looks like it, don't it?
So from April through just go to the end of the year,
Thank you,
well,
old
to
man Vic.
January at least of 2022, did she pay you $1,000 a month?
She paid me January and February. I mean, January, and that was it.
Okay, remember that.
2021.
22.
21. I'm talking about 2021. You told me you got a Sarah payment.
Yeah.
When did you get the Sarah payment? You said when?
Like March, April or something
Of when?
of
Or something.
2021.
Okay.
Or
So
something.
if you got that
Or
payment
something.
in March or April of 2021, just follow my dates. If we say that they paid 3 months in advance, okay? So let's say you got it February. Then I'd have March, April, May that would be paid,
Yep.
right? June through the end of the year in 2021, did she give you $1,000 each month?
Yeah.
So from the time the Sarah payment finished, she paid you the $1,000 per month.
Her portion, yes.
What do you mean her portion?
After that money ran out that they gave me, then she started paying the $1,000.
Okay.
Hmm.
Not sure what that means.
Okay, they paid me the money, and it was like maybe April.
Okay, stop.
This is court. Stop saying like maybe and that. You know what I mean?
Need for sures. We can't go
At
maybe.
any given point, in time,
Jesus.
if you give the Sarah program a ledger,
Yes.
Marky
you give
Mark.
them a lease.
Mocking.
So they did not ask for a lease.
They never asked you for a lease.
I don't know what she did. She might have.
No, I'm not
I
asking
don't
what
know
she did.
what she did.
Did you give them a lease?
No, I did not.
Did you sign a lease?
Ryan Priest looked very good leading laps, and what a shit show last night was. But at least NASCAR's back.
I tried to watch it on Smoking Scan. He was there, and it went down. I don't know what happened. Can't believe NASCAR would get yanked off of YouTube. Unbelievable.
Shocker, right?
Shocking. Never
Shocker
happened to
while
us.
They're at a live concert.
Never.
So
No ledger. This
No
guy has
ledger.
like nothing so far.
He
I'm
brought
very confused
literally
about-
a trash bag of stuff,
yes.
but not the
Number one,
ledger.
shows up at court and unprepared. This is not the courtroom to do that at.
No.
Property's address is 1717 Dover Court.
correct.
This is even for said. This is interesting so far.
I love he's got his military shirt on. That I've got. Just get the. Looks like it ought to be on a colonel, maybe a general.
Again, I won't. I'll never understand showing up to court with
Especially when you
half-assed
own
paperwork.
property. You own
Right.
property.
I mean, if you're in a business like that, you're not keeping even a ledger
1717 Dover Court.
of where they're coming in, what's happening. What are you doing? I would hope so, especially with the rent-to-own thing. I mean, how if you don't have a ledger, how do you even know where they're at financial? This is
How much they owe, if they're behind, if they're ahead. Money's received from Sarah.
And so
Yeah.
everything being equal, let's say, just by way of example, that the property was in good repair. I realize what your allegations are, but her last payment, you acknowledge, was February of 2022.
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe it.
Doesn't matter. He's getting guaranteed money. Should be on it then, even
Yeah.
more.
Keep going.
In some cases, the whole Section 8 or any of those grants and stuff help out the landlords
All right.
a lot because that's guaranteed money.
Right now,
they're
I'm
not,
attempting
late.
to see if I could just shortcut that
They
process.
pay the deposit and
Their
everything.
information regarding this.
Christy, $2 make you holler. Thank you. We addressed earlier. They did this to the main channel one time. They've done it again now on the other channel. So Mikey's got to get the gloves out. Hopefully,
You should have seen me crying on that video I had to submit. I mean, the tears were pouring down my face.
listen, we already fought it on the main channel. It was a hell of a fight with Mikey, and it had to go to the Twitter to get their attention. And
I mentioned
again,
in the video. I mentioned it.
yeah. Did you mention that you had to go? Had to go to Twitter?
I understand if I have to do that again. I understand. But I was like, they want you to tell them how you made the video and just all this stuff that doesn't apply to us at all.
Yeah. And again, this goes to channels that are just re-uploading stuff and not saying anything, or people just sitting there smiling and not talking like they do on TikTok videos for some reason. I'll never get that. But anyways, again, they give you all these marks that you have to hit to be a channel like us, and we nail every one of them and far exceed past that. And that's why it's so stupid. But that's the reason why it could be 3 days, it could be weeks. But for now, it is what it is.
Yeah. We'll just go ahead and write it out, kids. You would think you would have dressed up for court too. I mean, he's the landlord. Everybody wants to know, did he just leave a road crew?
Well,
At
and
least the
rightfully
ladies
so.
dressed up.
Listen, if you have a court case,
What are
be ready
the
for it.
specifics of, while I wait on that,
Especially since he took
Okay.
her to court.
what are the specifics on
Mock
the repair issue?
Mark.
Yeah, sure, Your Honor. So we have, in addition to photos from 2 weeks ago, a ledger of 24 items that needed repairs back in 2019, collected by the Ann Arbor Housing Commission. And many of those repairs have not been completed. The house failed an inspection.
Are you gonna share those with me?
The housing
Yeah,
commission said
certainly.
these
I just
needed to
walked
be
her
done
through
in
this.
Okay, yeah,
2019.
Conditions
So
as
it's
well,
not just her walking around going, I want this painted and I want this done. Like
No.
Creed with, I want gutters on this effing house, things like that. No, this is the housing commission coming in and saying, okay, you failed inspection. Here you go.
These are
serious
things.
stuff.
Yeah, these are the things that needed to be fixed. When they granted her the money in the first place,
Right.
they said, make sure you fix these things. Well, when it comes time to re-up, he hasn't done any of the repairs. So you think they're going to come in and say, okay, here's some more money? No, they won't even show up.
So this Sarah one I'm not super familiar with, but I know that 3B with Judge Middleton is not very far away.
Mhm.
I would imagine that in a lot of respects it's the same. I know somebody had mentioned it in the comments as well. That there's some tight restrictions. There's things that they want in order for you to even be able to have that money. And I've seen that in Middleton's court so many times through COVID that some people just didn't qualify. There's a menagerie of different reasonings. So this is interesting. And to think that that this landlord didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's the letter from?
The Ann Arbor Housing Commission, we have that.
Has Mr.
Yes. Still dead.
Has Mr. Johnson seen that?
It was addressed to him, Your Honor, but I'll give him another copy.
I'd
Thank
never be
you.
able to straighten my neck back up if that was me. I'd be all
I approach, Your Honor.
No, I believe that. I would believe that.
rightly so.
He decided to take a seat.
Yeah, might as well.
It really does look like it's a plastic bag that he brought.
It is. It's a brown plastic grocery store bag, like you would get from the Speedway or something, or
It's
7-Eleven.
It's one thing to be a slumlord. It's another though. When you need certain things just to pass inspection, it's a
Mr.
difference.
Johnson, I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
mark this as Defendant's Exhibit A. It's got a tab on it. But you see that letter from 2019?
The one I just gave you, sir.
I did
In
actually.
the columns
I'll tell you this.
that are checked with an X under landlord, did you do any of those repairs?
All of them.
Hmm?
All of them.
You sure about that?
Was there a reinspection of the premises?
Hey, Erica.
Yeah, but she lost the thing,
Lost what thing?
money from them.
Your Honor,
What do you mean she lost it?
They quit giving her the money.
But hold it, sir.
Because the
The
repairs didn't get
commission
done.
was paying you,
Yeah, first.
and then hold on. The commission was paying you, and then if there was a difference, you would get that from the defendant, right? Okay, so at some point, the commission stopped paying you, right? So it was because of repairs, wasn't it?
No.
Why did they stop paying you?
Well, because she was supposed to have been out of my house in 2018.
No, that's not why they stopped paying you.
I'm just
What?
explaining what happened before. 2018, she was supposed to have been put out of my house. Then her and her husband called me and begged me to let them stay in their buy the house.
Okay. But you got that money back in 2021.
Your Honor, just so the court understands, we were unable to find any post inspection after that date.
I said, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't
What
right.
are those?
It was the ones that
Nailed that post, didn't I?
put out of my house.
Nailed it hard.
What are they?
From you?
From me?
Yes.
Yes.
Good
Gary.
chance, Gary. Good
He's up
chance.
to something here.
Go to counsel. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, nothing is fitting into
These are notices to appear in a case in March of the spring of 2000, the winter, spring of 2018. In a different case, there's not, I mean, they're just noted, there's simply notices to appear. There's no.
I don't need
Sounds like
those.
this guy.
There's
I
no
don't know.
judgment, there's no.
Yeah, what the hell?
I don't know what. Let's go back to the housing commission payments.
Okay.
We keep circling back to the same thing and not getting one answer.
At some point, those payments stopped. When was that,
I can't
according to
recall.
your record?
Well, she was
Okay.
supposed to be out in
Do you know
2018.
why they stopped?
I don't know. I can't remember what happened.
I can't remember.
Can't remember what happened.
So,
Creed. It's
sir,
just in it.
Could it have been because repairs weren't done to the premises, so they seek the subsidy?
I did the repairs.
Was there a reinspection of the premises?
Can't recall.
Can't recall. Got it.
Can't recall. Don't remember. Don't have any proof.
Every time I repaired it, they tore it back up.
That is not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, at some point, she's receiving you're receiving funds directly from the Ann Arbor Housing Commission,
Hey, Rock.
their program under
Hey,
some
hey.
voucher or something.
Is he Creed framed at the moment? Is that a said frame? Are we Mikey framed? Oh, there it goes. All right.
So they don't stop it.
Am
for
I
that
high?
reason.
What happened?
Everything went black on my side. I pulled my Creed.
you got a Creed frame problem. This is getting annoying.
Riley Martin.
It's getting to be a bit
Oh.
much. I've
had enough of this.
Hang on 2 seconds. I just want to show you what we're missing over here. Look at this butte that just popped up over the looking. Come on, hurry up. We got things to do.
Mikey's internet will be out in a few minutes, so let's hurry it along. I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry.
That's funny.
Do you recall getting that letter marked as Defendant's Exhibit A from the Housing
No.
Commission?
No, I do not.
That's what I thought, but then I saw Mikey not moving.
Did you say you recall doing
I just
those
froze.
repairs? And did the subsidy turn back on?
No, it never turned
Get your
back.
jugs.
Did you call them out for an inspection? A re-inspection of the premises?
Oh, boy.
Why not?
Because I was trying to get them out of my house, and then her and her husband said they wanted to buy the house, so that's why I let them stay. And that was the thing we came up with.
Georgia.
And they was both been getting a loan, which they never got.
Okay. But now you're claiming that she owes you this rent. And what's clear to me in 2019, at least sometime in 2018, 19, it was, or a portion of her rent was paid for by the housing.
At one
Can
point,
we
yes.
can we pause?
Okay.
Can we pause this for just a second? If you guys don't mind skipping around just a little bit, she's very animated on.
Okay.
But as long as I can get a hold of my uncle, then I'm not. I don't have to list it as homeless. I just need to get a phone call.
Where have you been staying?
With my friend who keeps me nice and calm, and I swear I know I have a past of like criminal backgrounds, but no sir, like I didn't swing on anybody or anything. I was heartbroken.
Where does your friend live?
Hudson,
How long have you been staying there?
Shiner, doesn't she?
for about a month.
Keeps her calm, Creed.
I'm sorry, she was real
A little
animated. I
longer.
want to see what this one's about. Every once in a while.
Where are you going to go if you get out?
Back to his house.
Gonna go crazy.
And then I was going to call my uncle from there, and my uncle will definitely come down and pick me up.
Okay, so this happened after you went to urgent care, is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did they take you to the hospital or?
Yeah, they took me over in a squad car.
Okay.
That was nice of them.
Yeah.
Ruby, 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 no home.
She didn't swing though. And I don't know if it's a lazy eye or she's got a pretty
When
big
was the
shiner.
last time you were at Columbus Springs?
About 2 months back.
That's what they are. Tattoos, yeah.
You came in on Saturday then? You got arrested on Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Were you under the influence of anything at the time?
No, sir.
No, sir.
We'll get back to Judge Sutton in just a second, you guys. I'm just seeing what's happening here.
I like that she stays with somebody, calms her down. Nice.
Yes.
1,500 cash surety or 10%. No drugs or alcohol. You understand that?
Okay.
Okay. If you need a court-appointed attorney, get that paperwork filled out.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Simple and easy.
Oh,
Did you see that? She just stubbed her toe on the way out.
ran right into it.
The
Knocked her
giant
crock
crop
right off.
phone. All right, back over to said. Sorry,
And at
just had to
some
take a little
point
detour
that
there.
stopped. And what was the rental rate when the housing commission was paying? Where are your records?
I think it was,
Where are your records of the payment?
Amanda,
At the house.
BRB.
Go ahead.
At your
the
house? Go get them. Court is standing in recess. I want to see them. I want to know when that stopped. I want records of any communication you have or had with the Ann Arbor Housing Commission regarding her subsidy.
All right. So look, he's packing up his bag. It's a Kroger
Because, sir,
bag.
you're the one bringing this complaint.
Right there. It's a Kroger bag. He's sending him home to come back with some sort of evidence, a ledger that's going to prove what this young lady owes him. And that's when things really get heated up.
And you got to show me that rent is even owed on this. The folks, the court's going to stand in recess while I try to get the Sarah information. He goes and gets that.
Now, Judge is going to go get the Sarah information. He's going to have all that. Now we're going to have to compare that with what he's about to bring back. So we're just going to put this up real quick. We're going to skip over to when he comes back from retrieving said records. Now remember, this is the guy that shows up with a trash bag, a Kroger bag with his evidence in it. So let's see how good he does when he comes back. That's going to be the clincher. Can he pull this off? Can he convince Judge Cedric Simpson that he is right? That's what we're about to find out. By the way, real quick, like the video. If you haven't already done so, do us a big favor. Give it a like. It'll make me and Creed really happy. We'll smile all day long. And yeah, let's go see what Cedric's got to say about the rest of this case. Helps if we unmute it.
This is your ledger. Okay. And
I saw that other guy. I tried not to look at him.
so, Mr. Johnson, what happened? So did you August, September, October, November, and December of 2021? Are you saying you didn't get payment?
that's what that check is for.
No, I don't think so.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so but you got paid
Perfect timing, Jim.
March, April, May, June, July. So you got $1,000 for March, April, May, June, July of 2021. So that's 5,000.
Maybe.
Then we also know that you received January by what you're saying, but not February of this year, right? Okay. So, Mr. Johnson, did you find any records regarding why the Housing Commission stopped paying?
No, I did not.
You found this check stub, but couldn't find that. Okay. because my suspicion is the reason they stopped paying is because there was no reinspection. And so they terminated the subsidy. I mean, that's not really that hard to figure out. But we got another problem, Mr. Johnson. Just so that the parties are aware, and I'm more than happy to give this to you, but we received a document from the court liaison indicating that Wendell Stokes,
yes, very bad
in
shape.
the Sarah number at Dover Court, the
Katie.
landlord Calvin
Katie.
Johnson, was approved
So
in
he's going through
October.
the Sarah stuff now that he got, right?
Yeah,
While we were waiting.
he came up with the whole thing. He said, look, I'm telling you, they quit paying you because you didn't have inspected, but that's beside the problem. Now we have a different problem.
Oh, do we? Okay. Is it possible that he just made that ledger like real quick? I'm wondering.
I'm sure he made that real fast and brought it back. It's probably all wrote in the same pen. It's probably all very nice.
October 21st, 2021.
Good.
For
in
rental
cases like this.
assistance, which was for 11 months, from March of 2021 through January of 2022. The total rent.
Okay. He was paid from March of 2021 through January 2022. Keep that in mind as we move forward. That was all by Sarah.
Relief was $15,800. There was then a utility assistance of $2,500, which was to Prairie Township. So the total assistance was $18,300. The $15,800 is evidenced by the receipt that was received. But Mr. Johnson, we've got a problem.
Uh-oh.
Because your receipt of that money given what you've testified here to today, may constitute fraud. Oh, yeah. How is that? The rental period that's covered, and I'm going by your record. The rental period that's covered by the Sarah assistance was March of 2021 through January of 2022.
Very much better.
Which means when she paid you the $1,000 in January of 2022, you had already been paid for that month.
Cuts down on the
Further, your records indicate that for the months of March of 2021, April of 2021, May of 2021, June of 2021, and July of 2021, those 5 months, you also received double payment.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
So
those months he just named off, he didn't tell her he got the money from Sarah.
Yeah.
So he collected it from her and Sarah paid him.
Oh, great stoppage on said there, by the way.
But yeah, so that's where we're at now. He's got all the stuff in front of him. Not only is he's trying to kick the poor lady out, he's been not fixing up at all. He had 5 months where he was double paid.
Watching the build up to this point, I'm not shocked at all. But kudos to the Honorable J. Cedric Simpson for catching this, because you know what, a lot of judges could have just sat there and just not been listening to each and every little thing, and he got it. This is interesting. I hope that they throw the book at this guy.
And now Johnson's going to have to do some talking
because you got her $1,000 by your own admission, but you also took Sarah funding.
No.
Did what?
She asked them for extra money.
Whoa. No. You're not going to put that on her. That's on you. You can't bill her. You can't tell her, I want my rent when you've already received rent for that period in time. That check came to you. It didn't go to her to then give to you. It came directly to you. And with that check, because I've been dealing with the Sarah program for
real quick
since it started.
yes, she was doing a rent to buy thing. That has nothing to do. Understand that it's. I believe that Sarah double paid, and he said nothing about it.
Oh, not just so Sarah paid him, but then he also collected the money from her.
Right.
Like Sarah hadn't paid him. Like
right.
He's basically saying, "Oh
The
yeah,
full
they quit
amount.
paying me. I need you to pay me now." But Sarah was still paying him while
Yeah.
he was collecting her rent too. So he's getting Sarah to pay for the rent, and she's paying for the rent for 5 months.
That check told you exactly what months there are. Outside of that, you really want to argue it, I can go get the documentation from the folks at the SARE program that's going to show your disclosure of what was owed. And I'm going to tell you, they wouldn't pay because you had to give them a ledger or something to tell them to pay from March through to the period that they covered. So if you want me to do that, I will. I don't think that's going to look real good for you. And then the problem, Mr. Johnson, is that when you then make that representation to Sarah, you're then taking their money.
Mm-hmm.
And then even though Sarah paid for part of this year, at least January of this year, you still took her money.
I can see why he's saying fraud at that point.
Look at him squirming. Look at him squirming.
He has a right to.
So we got a choice. I mean, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but this is clear evidence of fraud on the Sarah program. I'm going to let Sarah know, and they can decide that they're going, whether or not they wish to turn it over to the United States Attorney's Office, because that's who would cover it. Because you took federal monies,
This is
or maybe this AG's office, and they're going to want it back.
Oh man.
But here's the bottom line. You're the plaintiff in this case. You have the burden of proof. And I can't believe these records. Because you're shaking your head telling me you didn't take the money. You also told me, which is really odd, even though this shows something different, that you told me before I took the break, that she paid all the way through 2021. Which is why your claim is only for the 50. Yet, you want me to play it back? You want me to play it back?
Now, that was the point I told you. I said, everybody pay attention to what he just said. He said it. It's on the video. I even told everybody to pay attention to what he just said. And then he told Cedric just now, I didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Said the check came
Said
from
like this.
in 2020.
Dude, that is not what you said, because you were a year off from your check in terms of what you were saying. Again, I look stupid. I'm not. I hear everything everybody's saying, and I get it. Because I asked you specifically for the January, had she paid prior to that? You told me yes.
I look stupid. I am
told
not.
me that the ceremony was from some time period before that. So if what you told me under oath was true before, you actually took $1,000 from her all of 2021, where 9 of those months you shouldn't have.
Ooh.
And then you took the January payment, which you shouldn't have.
Awkward
Mr.
silence.
Johnson, that's fraud.
The face of a beaten man.
Yes.
Because of the representations that you made. You can shake your head all you want.
Damn.
Remember, he bought this to court, by the way.
Yes.
He did.
You
Yeah.
want to see the email? I show you the email. I read it to you.
Greedy.
But you want to
about
see
that,
it
huh?
when you got paid.
I understand that, but she the one put that paperwork in. I'm just saying.
Whoa. You're going to sit up there and blame her for putting the paperwork in, but you took the money. And so you didn't participate in any of that at all. You didn't tell Sarah anything. And let's assume, for the sake of argument, that she did. Let's say she's to blame for all of this. You received those funds for a certain period in time and then took her money.
Awkward.
He has nothing.
So if you want me to do the
Nothing.
math, this is even before. So quite frankly, even before I get to the point,
Oh, Sed's always got
Um,
sass. Yeah, he is
He knows his stuff too.
top
even
tier.
before I get to the point regarding this, I can tell you, I have a feeling she paid you February.
That's a
And
big
so
dude,
at
yeah.
best, we're at 14,000. I count an
14K.
additional 10 to 12 months. Well, from what you told me,
10 to 14K.
Yeah, so somewhere between $10,000 and $14,000 he took that he should not have taken because he was getting money from the lady and Sarah was paying her in at the same time. So he was just double dipping. Either way, he shouldn't have been getting money from both sides. It was one or the
No,
other. One or the other.
it would be 10 plus the other 2 or the other 1. So you were overpaid 10 months, which makes this at best a $2,000 claim.
Yeah, Kieran,
I
keep-
will
keep
tell
in
you
mind,
also then
Judge
Yeah.
said it's also a
that
sweetheart.
when I start looking at the
Huge, huge heart.
repairs that needed to be done, I don't think they were done. But I certainly, we can do one or two things. I will adjourn it so that we can get the Housing Commission record because I don't think you did it. I think I know how this works.
I don't think so.
No.
Not at this point. I don't think so. I think that like he just explained, that needs to be turned over to people that are running Sarah, and then
Yeah,
turn
and they
it
would have
that
turned
way.
to the attorney general, and because it'd be him defrauding the government
But I mean, for
or the
that
state.
that kind of money, I think it's worth it. And when you're dealing with, I don't think that anybody takes too kindly to taking money like that.
And not only just taking their money, but the poor lady that needed the assistance in the first
Yeah.
place,
Yeah.
taking her money too.
And let's not forget where this was at one point. We thought that the money had stopped and that all of that because he didn't do the repairs that they said that needed to be done. And the house failed inspection for that reason. That's why we thought. Then it turns around to come out and find out that this is why.
Yeah, he can't keep it going. I mean, he's defrauded them at this point. He can't keep them in the house. He needs them out of the house, and that's not only to get all that money. Now he's trying to throw the lady out of the house, and Cedric ain't done yet.
That subsidy was cut off because you didn't do repairs and or didn't have the property inspected.
Oh, because she wanted to buy the house. That's what we.
She won't buy the house.
Well, I can dismiss this case now,
Okay.
or I'll adjourn it out. We'll get the Housing Commission records because I know what happened. I know I can tell from looking at that one letter. I can tell. Your call.
All right, you just gave him the choice, Creed.
Wow.
Do
What
we
did he
just
do?
dismiss all this because he wants that past money back? He wants his rent money. He says he's owed. He also is suing her for a water bill that was never. She didn't pay for water. Water was included in her rent, and she also had got some energy subsidy checks that went to him as well.
anybody that says that there's nothing that he could do, there's some things that he could do. The contempt, the perjury, any of that. The guy lied. It's pretty evident. I'm pretty sure that the judge has a few different ways that he could have handled this.
Oh, if you
And
wanted to.
Him choosing to do it this way and leaving it in his hands, I
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
Lord.
yeah, he's leaving it up to him now to make the decision if he wants to continue to press his luck with the whole thing or just go ahead and, let it go. And
yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of blame there for them missing that. But at the same time, listen, if there's some to blame, like to Bank of America, if all of a sudden I have an extra 10K in my account, but that doesn't mean that I can just go and spend it and do whatever I
just
want.
take the money.
Yeah, I mean that's that's
And
like
she was under the understanding too that it was all being stopped because he hadn't had the repairs done. He hadn't had
thank you.
the home inspection. Nancy, thank you so much.
Yeah, this is a rare one.
It's under all those guises that he has misled her into thinking there was no more ceremony for like 10 months when there actually was the money. Now the Judge Cedric has put it in his hands, the property owner's hands of like, do we want to continue on? And I start subpoenaing records and bringing everything in and, bringing this to light as much as humanly possible. Or are you going to go ahead and back off this lady and let it go from there? Which to me, he owes her some rent money, right?
Top tier slum landlord when you're also committing fraud on top of everything else. And again, not fixing anything at the house. We never even got to that part. There's so many pieces to this case that you didn't even get to because of how big this one is, with the fraud. Jeez.
And you can look at Cedric's face and know he's like in that gotcha mode, like, I gotcha.
Yeah.
It's
a great get, because again, if Judge said was like many other judges that we've seen that just breeze through these, their numbers, they're barely listening. They're just doing the minimum because and again, a lot of these are forced because they have so much going on and so many things. I understand that to a point, but he took the time and listened and pieced together and figured out. We watched the whole first part.
Yeah.
And how slow Judge, very quick. Sue, ladies and gentlemen, on a Monday. Sorry.
We love Sue over in Licking County.
But anyways, no, I commend Cedric on this one because again, he did his job above and beyond and found this. But to give this guy kind of an out is an interesting play.
Yeah. So let's see what he decides to do here.
I don't care what you want. Then you need to do things right. You're sitting on what can be a fraud complaint. So don't sit up there and look at me like you're some innocent little creature playing in this whole thing. Because here you are taking federal government money and taking this woman's money.
Hallelujah. Taking it all, Creed. Taking it all. Innocent creature.
And if you think this judge forgets that, you are way wrong. So what's your choice? You want me to adjourn it so we can go ahead and get that information, or you want to get rid of this thing right now?
Get rid of it being what?
I dismiss the case.
What about my bill for the water bill and all that?
Oh my God.
Oh,
dude, really?
Okay. He just asked about other money. Cedric had to look away.
Yeah, he's giving him an out. We're talking federal shit here, and he's giving him a chance out. He's worried about a water bill. What? My God.
He's trying not to go crazy on him.
Yeah.
Believe
Big
that
deep
she's
breaths.
responsible for the water bill at all. I think she's willing to testify that under the terms of the lease, that wasn't her responsibility and never really was since they moved in.
What I love about little attorneys, when they're ahead, they just keep talking.
Now it's not the time. That dude needs to say,
Yeah, you don't have to say anything. You already
Nothing.
winning.
You wanna
You
do-
sit down and you watch. You had no reason to be saying anything. Oh,
Look at him. He's contemplating.
yeah, I think he's giving him time. Maybe the guy's a little slow. Maybe the landlord's a little slow. Don't understand this. I mean, he's not.
What I have to do to get her out of my house?
What do I have to do to get her out of my house?
Oh my God, this dude.
And this is the classic line here.
I don't know that that's an answer to my question. And I'm not here to give you legal advice. Except to tell, I will give you this bit of legal advice.
Nowhere near
With
the
what I see here, you're in a
other one.
whole world of hurt if they come after you. Tell you that much.
dude.
Um,
You get those other records?
no.
You want the case dismissed? Case dismissed. We're done. Thank you.
Wow, I don't know how he did not just
Look, he's
freak
packing up
out
his
on-
bag, Creed. There it is. Woo, the bag. The bag.
I mean, that water bill is nowhere near the excessive amount that he just got caught up on those fraud. Oh my God. And I tell you, I don't know how we've seen Cedric blow up at people that deserve it. How he just held himself back on that one.
Unbelievable. He's going to come in with these other questions too at the end. Like, he didn't just, steal thousands and thousands of dollars and try and kick this lady out at the same time. Keep it all slummy and nasty up in there.
What what do you do now if you're that lady? That dude is gonna make her life miserable no matter what he does, no matter what she does.
Oh, yeah.
He is gonna make her life miserable. I mean, she needs to go though on her own volition. She needs to.
Yeah.
Again, though, all that extra money that she paid in to own the place, which I don't even know if she ever would have gotten there.
No, not with him,
Man.
especially with him. He tried to raise the rent on her. He's did everything to get her out of the house now, not doing any repairs.
Oh, the part where he just said with the water, what about the water bill?
Mm-hmm.
Courtney, yeah, I mean, burn the place down, maybe. Oops. Not that I would ever condone that. However, in this situation, though,
Judge Cedric is not one to fool with when it comes to these kinds of things, especially dealing with the Sarah stuff that he can go and just pull the records. Just like he did. While the guy was gone, he got every single thing that Sarah had paid him.
Dick Harris, you missed a good one. You got to go back and do that. My God.
He hit him with that truth sandwich.
You can't handle the truth.
Just hit him with it hard.
It costs money, though. That's the thing, Nancy. It costs a lot of money. I don't know what you're going to get out of it. What are you going to get? And if he hasn't been paying, if you don't have an extremely accurate ledger of everything that you've been paying and where that money is allocated, this is for rent, this is for it's why getting into things like that, it can be so scary. Lambo Red, thank you.
Lambo Red, the managing mod now, by the way.
Yeah, look at that.
Looks any different or anything like that, but she's the managing mod. Managing.
That was a crazy one. By the way, record amount on with us tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate that, guys. Everyone who's new here, do us a favor, like this video and check out our court case only channel called We Got a Case on YouTube. That's where you can catch up with everything we've done. We try to do as much as we can. We have an amazing audience that we'd like to interact with. And there's times where it's serious like this. There's times when we have a really good time and just laugh a lot.
Actually, Kiernoff, I think that with this one, actually, she took advantage of that. Those two are the two guys that were
The two guys were students, and the guy that was kind of like hovering around the background, he was an attorney,
right?
Who was helping them,
which we've seen before with the not in-person stuff. We've seen them with all the logos all over in some cases, and we've actually had some funny interactions we've caught throughout the year.
Like he told the kid when he stood up and talked about the water bill, he's like, I love these young
don't know when to shut up.
Don't know when to shut up when they're ahead.
I hope
Cedric gave her some free advice. I really do. And I feel like once the cameras were off, maybe he did. Maybe he said, look, they owe you some back rent. You shouldn't, you probably 10 months you deserve to stay there for free at this point. And he should have to fix all that stuff up.
Does he go to Sarah with this still, even though he dismissed that case? Doesn't he, as
he has a legal obligation to report it?
Yeah, have a legal obligation basically to go and report. I mean, he uncovered fraud. He uncovered a big case, really.
By the way, did he leave his jacket? He's got a black jacket in the back of the chair.
Yeah,
well, he just leaves without his jacket. He's so rattled.
Yeah.
He's so rocked to his core.
I don't blame him. Billy, 500 picks or the Daytona 500 picks tough. I'll think about it, but I mean, Michael McDowell won one. so many names. Michael Waltrip won one. So many. I'll think about it.
Wow. Well, Critty, I think we should just call that a day. We go out on a high note.
Yes. Definitely. I'm still stunned at how that all played out. Yeah, one of the most interesting cases I've seen, and you're right. And you guys said it in the chat. One of the best parts is when, here he is coming after her, and he ends up. Everything turns around, and
tables have turned. For sure, it's a good one. It's a good one. You never know what you might find, even in these cases. So. Do us a favor, like the video. We'll be back at 4:05 for We Got a Mini Chase Monday crate, a plethora, a plateful, not just in the US, but we also head over to the UK for some moped thieves.
Loud. Yes, one of the greatest NASCAR quotes ever. Lambo Red, Cole, Billy, Christy, Shells, Kiernoff, Nancy, and Iowa Golfer Lisa. Thank you guys so much for that extra added little level of support there. Extra added level of support. We appreciate that. Again, no members only for We Gotta Chase channel tonight. We'll explain it more later. And there was one other thing. We'll see you back here tomorrow. If you like the court thing, we do it 5 days a week at 1:00 East. So yeah. Right, Raggle Monkey. Rewind immediately. You'll enjoy this.
You'll enjoy this one.
I promise you. Be kind. Please rewind. Raggle Monkey, always good to see you, buddy.
All right, guys. Until the next time, hang in there and we'll take care. All right. Bye.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
See that?
Guys in the truck. What is wrong with you?
Come on, man.
Oh, my God.
Rookie moves.
Maybe some layoffs coming soon for the guys in the truck. What in the world?
Got to start cutting to the core.